You all have heard stories. Stories about Voltex vaults. But there is one, even the Voltex stuff, only whisper when they're talking about. Legend says it has no number, and then it's here in Boston, under a church, and it only opens once each year, on Halloween night. And now it's finally time to play a Halloween scenario on my new table. Minutemen approach the church from the front and have to be placed touching a square, orange away from the side and yellow white. There are 3 feral ghouls placed in the church and the leader of the gang also. Mission objectives are here by the park bench, over here at the statue, and one here. There is also one in the church and one in the sacristy. In later turns there will be some ghouls reaching the battlefield, and we'll roll the armor dice to see if they come on a 1 at the middle of this part, 2 from over here, 3 from behind this tree, and 4 right about here. As the ghoul player has less models on the battlefield, he activates first, and the first one to be activated is this ghoul here in the middle, and he'll walk right out of the church. He must have sniffed the survivors and is sprinting right at them. Now it's the survivors' turn, and they decide to activate 2 of the Minutemen. The first to be activated is Tanja. She'll shoot with her laser musket at this screaming feral ghoul. He's out of blue range, so she'll get a black dice. First shot of the game, a perfect hit, 3 damage. A feral ghoul has 2 armor, so he blocks 2, gets 1. Also perfect hit for 3 damage, and the armor blocks none, so he's dead right at the first shot. She also manages to get a quick action, so she makes ready for the next ghoul charging out of the church and shoots at him. The second Minuteman to be activated is this standing lady here, and she'll sprint over to this searchable marker, ends up here. Now the ghouls activate their leader, and he's moving in the church over here, so next round he can climb up the clock tower and have a perfect sniper position. He has already climbed onto the benches, and next round he's going up. Now the survivors activate their Protectron. The fireman Protectron is moving around here, closing in from the right. Now the next ghoul activates and is running through the church to the entrance, ending here. The survivors ready their 2 remaining Minutemen, not activating them yet. Now it's time for the last ghoul to sprint out of the church, running, screaming, and leaves the church. Now the Minuteman player readies his general and has to activate all of them. Now it's time for the heroic survivor, aka Minuteman General. She creates 1 bonus action and will shoot with her missile launcher on this ghoul and trying to get a critical marker. And she does not. But I'll flip a luck token and see what I can do. So it's a hit for 5 damage. Against normal damage, the ghoul only has 1 armor, so he's dead. And then she makes a normal move and a quick action move. This Minuteman decides to follow this one, and then last moves up and makes ready. The next round there are 2 ghouls, one arriving at the 2 and one at the 1. One is entering from the left and the other from behind here. And a third one arrives from the 1. So here we have 2 ghouls. The first will activate and try to charge over here the first Minuteman, but as they are controlled by the AI, he has to make an agility check. And fails, so he won't make it. And end up here. Tanja has her reaction shot and misses because there is a grave between them and it's just a quick action. So she would have hit on a 3. Activate now these 2 Minutemen. This one moves over here and sees it's... Oh, she gets a danger card and an item. Something steers, So now she also has to face a creature card. It's a red roach nest here on the cemetery. So she only gets 1 point of damage and her armor blocks none, so she gets 1 point of damage. Time for some trick or treat. She gets sugar bombs and she shoots at this ghoul right in front of her. Musket on short range. That's a hit, 1 armor break. So it's only armor 1. Nothing, so 2 damage for the ghoul. The second one activates and will shoot a hit for 1 armor break. So another 2 damage. That ghoul is also dead. So she'll move up. Minutemen always work in pairs. Next ghoul is trying to charge these Minutemen, makes his agility check and passes. So he charges and decides to get a black die, touching the Minuteman that already has 1 damage. And activate their Fire Protectron so that he can approach. Ends up here, right next to the second mission objective. Over here at the back of the battlefield advances to enter the church. See these 2 Minutemen, not activating them yet. Leader climbs to the clock tower and shoots at this Minuteman over here. There's 2 green die, so it's a miss. Minutemen ready their last model, activate all of them. Minuteman General creates no additional actions for this mission objective over here, and the searchable marker is just an item. An ice cold Gwynedd Ale. Now Tanja shoots at the ghoul leader, giving her fellow Minutemen that will run towards the church and covering fire. First shot, a hit. +1 armor for cover, so no damage here. That Minuteman also rethinks his plan, shoots once at the ghoul leader, and then makes ready for the ghoul coming out of the church. And misses. To be activated first, 1 movement out of the church. The ready shot misses. Agility check for the charge makes it. So he made it to charge Tanja and chooses a black dice, of course. The second round, some ghouls made it into close combat, but the survivors also managed to get 2 out of the 6 mission objectives. Third turn, and they're coming from the graves, from the 2 open graves, and also a glowing one descends from this green Halloween-like grave next to the Protectron. There are now less Minutemen than enemies. They decide to activate their leader first, and she try to make it to this mission objective over here. And she makes 2 additional quick actions. First a quick action move over here. And now with another quick action, she'll shoot at this fella over here, her stunning pipe pistol. Quick action, so this is by 1 point, but she rolls a luck die and makes it a hit. This was a nuclear explosion, so the ghoul is stunned and gets 2 damage. Armor of 2+1, so he blocks both, but is stunned. He decides to use her missile launcher next. And wonderful hit for 5 damage. 2+1 armor, so that makes 4 damage for the glowing one. And then she moves over here to the mission objective, but doesn't make it. Decide to activate this ghoul over here and try to charge the Protectron before he gets to the mission objective. He fails his agility, normal move without charge bonuses, and now makes his close combat attack. Ghoul Swipe has black and green die, so thank God it's a miss. Minuteman player activates now these 2 Minutemen, first Tanja, then this one, and tries to save Tanja before this ghoul activates and maybe kills her in close combat. Uses her rifle in close combat, a perfect hit, 1 armor break. The armor break cancels the +1 armor for close combat. Armor roll is a 3, so he gets 2 damage. And Tanja can also go into reactive mode. Her second shot into close combat, it's also a hit, 1 armor break. So also the ghoul saves none, so he's got 4 damage and is dead now. Survived and is ready. This Minuteman over here will move up to the church to get inside. Then one shot against this Ghoul over here. Oh, perfect hit, 1 armor break. So also 2 armor for the Ghoul, because he's got cover. And he blocks none, so 2 damage for this Ghoul. Before these 2 Minutemen can do the same, this Ghoul with his black charge die attacks this Minuteman lady over here. She already has 1 damage. Black for the Feral Ghoul swipe. And, oh, a miss. Second attack without the green charge dice. Okay, that's a hit for 1 armor break, so that's 2 points of damage. And 1 radiation damage. He's got 2 normal damage and 1 radiation damage. Nearly dead. Time to activate these 2. That one shoots into melee. Ooh, what a nice hit for 3 damage. Armor. Blocks all of them. Because the Ghoul gets +1 in close combat. And the second shot, oh, it's a miss. That lady over here tries to shoot at the glowing one. It's a hit, although there are 2 terrain pieces in the way. But she will leave her comrade behind and try to enter the church to the entrance. As a last heroic act, by sharing this Minuteman lady close to her death, handed over the sugar bombs to her fellow Minutemen. Now this Ghoul, who already got 2 damage, tries to charge into these 2 Minutemen over here. And a reaction shot from Tanja. It's a hit for 3 damage. Armor. Blocks none, so he's dead. The player has this 1 Ghoul remaining, and he tries to get to the entrance of the church this far. Last but not least, the Fire Protectron is fighting against this feral Ghoul. Got his hand crew and not very good with it. But it's a hit! I can't believe it. And the Ghoul only blocks 1, so he's got 1 damage from the Protectron. So sliding to the back. Protectron now leaves close combat, gets a free attack, and over here to the mission objective. The free attack is a hit, but the Protectron blocks all of it by his insanely high armor profile. But now he sees that he would have to make a search check and has no action remaining this turn. The glowing one, of course, charges my Minuteman General and attacks her, deciding to go for a black dice. He's got 4 black die at the moment, so I have to reroll 2 because I don't have enough here at the moment. So it's a hit for 1 additional damage, 3 additional damage, so we're at 5 damage at the moment. Armor roll, she blocks 3, so 1 strong armor token done and 1 real damage. Time to flip the 3rd luck token. Oh yeah, so no damage here. And against the radiation damage, she blocks. Then we'll see if he does a radiation burst. Nope. End of the 3rd round. It's getting heavier fight for the survivors, and now a storm is approaching. Long range shots are now at -2. Beginning of the 4th round. 2 Ghouls are approaching from the Minuteman entrance, and 3 have to roll the dice where they end. We have a 3, a 2, and a 4. So Ghouls are entering from the back of the church. Ghoul is entering here next to the Fire Protectron. I activate Tanja and this Minuteman over here. First Minuteman enters the church and now shoots at the Ghoul right in front of him, hitting 1 armor break. So because of the 1 armor break, 2 damage for the Ghoul. Tanja is also moving up to the church and shooting once at the Ghoul on top. The shot is a hit for 2 damage, and the Ghoul leader Settler blocks 2 because of the cover. But she then can go into ready position. Ending up here. The Ghouls activate the glowing one first and try to stop the Minuteman General. Attack number 1. And same as before, I have to reroll 1, so don't wonder. It's a hit for only 2 damage. Armor from my general, no problem. And against the radiation damage, also no problem. Second attack is a hit for 1, 2, 3 additional damage. So we've got 5 damage. Oh, armor of my general is... She blocks 1, she's got no strong armor token left. So 4 damage. Ooh, 1 luck die to reduce that. And okay, reduces it to 3 damage. And against the radiation damage, nothing. So she's got 2 normal, 1 radiation damage now. And radiation burst. Uh-oh. Okay, I see he doesn't heal himself. Okay, that's good. But 1 additional radiation damage for Serena, and she blocks it. Now I'm going to activate the Fire Protectron and see if I can make the search check. He rolls the search check. Nothing. So he'll get the item, but also a danger card. He's got rigged to blow. So he's got now a mine hanging on his feet. He's not allowed to test for lockpicking. And finds a mysterious serum. Okay, he's got no blood, so he can't take it. Over to the church entrance. Now sharing his mysteriously glowing serum with this Minuteman. He saves the explosion from the mine hanging on his feet. The Ghouls now activate this one and try to finish off the Minuteman. First attack. Oh. Good hit. And the armor of my Minuteman. Yep, she's dead. Minuteman casualty. And the Ghoul runs towards the other Minuteman, getting a reaction shot by Tanja. And she misses. Minuteman over here enters the church. Another salvo into the Ghoul. That's already got 2 damage. Nice hit. 1 armor break, so the Ghoul only has 1 armor left. Don't roll a 1. Perfect, Ghoul is dead. Now it's up to the Ghouls, and from the clock tower, their leader shoots at Tanja. Miss. And a miss. The guy has a pretty hard day. It's her turn. Rolling for VATS. Action, she leaves close combat. Thanks to her ability as a leader, Warden, she can do that without risking an attack of opportunity, and now uses one of her main actions to make a lockpicking test. Yeah, realized she has agility 7, so makes it. It's trick or treat time, more sugar coming in. She finds a nougat cherry. Runs towards the back exit with her last remaining action. Now, this Ghoul has the opportunity to charge the Minuteman General. First a normal movement, then an agility check. An X, so just a normal movement into close combat, no attack this turn. This one also runs to the Minuteman General. First one, no agility. Second one, oh yeah, second one gets the charge bonus, and of course chooses the black die. It's getting pretty hot for the Fire Protectron. To approach Tanja. Roll for their agility checks, because with an agility check they can make it into close combat. First one, yep. Second one, perfect day for the Minuteman. They stop pretty close. So end of turn 4. It's getting more and more dangerous everywhere in front of the church here for Tanja. Fire Protectron also has seen better days. But the first Minuteman made it to enter the church. On 5, another 2 Ghouls arrive. 1 at the 4, 1 at the 2. So 1 here at the side, here next to the General. Minutemen are totally outnumbered, so the General goes first and tries to go for one of the 2 remaining objectives. Rolling for VATS. Okay, nothing. She leaves close combat with her first action and goes for the objective and draws a danger card. A card. She's hearing unusual noises and draws a creature card. There's a wounded mutant hound. Now I have to test charisma. Luckily, she's pretty good at it. There is this wounded mutant hound cowering in the corner, and my Minuteman General tried to tame him and care for his wounds. Bad Ghouls, don't hurt this small doggy. The charisma skill was an action. She had to interact with it, so she now has no more actions. So she decides to go for a nuker break and gains a quick action. This is the quick action to enter the church and block the entrance. While there is blizzard outside, Tanja tries to fight off the ghouls as the first one will approach now. He makes his agility check and passes, so he'll get another black die. That is a hit for 4 damage. Her armor blocks 1, so she'll get 3 damage and 1 radiation damage. So she's at 2 normal, 1 radiation damage. Looks like Tanja will activate for the last time in her life, or in the last time in this game. We'll see what the ghouls will do with her. And as she's a Minuteman, that Minuteman over here will also activate. But first, let's see what Tanja can do. Shot in melee. It's a hit for an armor break. Blocks none, so gets 2 damage. And she really has the opportunity to kill one last ghoul. And hits 1 armor break, so the ghoul blocks none, is dead. She managed to fight off another ghoul onto the ghoul leader. Nein, this is Schmarrn. He tries to buy Tanja some more time and shoots at this ghoul over here. A miss, sadly. It's a hit for 1 armor break, so 2 damage for the ghoul. Ghoul will charge 10. Agility, just a normal attack without charge bonus, and it's a hit, 2 damage. She blocks 1. She's barely alive, thanks to her Lifegiver perk. Minuteman here in the church will now activate. She takes position behind the window and fires 1 shot at the ghoul that will in a second charge Tanja. 1 chance to save her for this round, and it's a hit, another damage, and the ghoul blocks none, so he's dead. 1 more chance to survive, 1 more round. And then she'll share some of her items with the general. The ghoul's time. The first one attacks the Fire Protectron. First attack of the ghoul. Miss. Second attack. It's a hit. 1 armor break. 3 damage. The Protectron, because of the armor break, blocks none, so gets 3 damage. And the ghoul slides over here. Protectron is really bad at attacking, but good at blocking, so he'll leave combat, hopes he will survive, and try to take position in front of the church and block the door. First free attack from the charging ghoul. It's a hit for 1 armor break, 1 extra damage, so he'll get another 3 damage, because he can block none. He's now at 6 damage, only 1 point left. And the other fails to hit. He's got to check if he's going into explosive mode now. Uh-oh. As he's into self-destruct now, I'm not 100% sure. One possibility could be that he'll explode at the end of his next activation, but then he could just stand in front of the church, block everything off because he's indestructible. And that would be lame, so he'll explode here and now. I'll roll a black and 2 yellow dice now. Oh, wow, that's some explosive. 2 additional damages and 1 armor break. So, in a last attempt to save his humans, he explodes and kills both the ghouls around him. This ghoul over here is running for the entrance, ending up pretty near. Now to the general. The first ghoul is trying to charge her. Agility check miss, so he reaches her and makes 1 normal attack. 3 points of damage. She blocks 2, gets another point of damage, rolls for luck. Uh-oh, that's... And against the radiation damage. So she's at 4 radiation damage now. The other ghouls making their way, but no area effect from the glowing one. Serena is still blocking off the entrance to the church. 2 Minutemen are in the church defending the entrance. Tanja is out here fighting for her life. It's the last turn and lots of ghouls are coming out of their graves. It's all about raw survival now. Can the Minutemen survive another round or not? It's the final round and every ghoul gets one free quick move or charge action. Let's see what they do with it. As the blizzard and storm are raging outside, Serena takes all that she has, the ice-cold Gwynedd Ale and the mysterious serum, and rolls for bats. No additional quick actions here. First, she uses her quick action on the Gwynedd Ale with a stunning pipe pistol and attacks in close combat. It's a hit for 4 damage. Blocks none, so it's dead. Then, crazy and desperate, she fires her missile launcher onto the ghoul in the doorway. And hits thanks to the mysterious serum. The ghoul in the doorway is dead. The one behind makes an armor roll. Blocks 1, so is alive. And the glowing one, blocking 1 + 1, 2, so gets 2 damage. Her last action, she fires a critical shot with her stunning pipe pistol at the glowing one and tries to stun him for 1 round. That's not exactly what I have hoped for. Yeah, he blocks everything. But I can reroll 1 damage die. So he gets 1 damage and is at 7 damage now. His turn. First, the normal ghoul. He'll charge with his free charge quick action, rolling the die. Agility, pass, even though it's a quick action. He goes for the black charging die. Hits, but no extra damage. Serena can block them off and gets 1 radiation damage. Then he moves out of close combat to make space for the glowing one. Free attack from Serena. She hits and kills him. Tanja fights for her life and activates together with this Minuteman in the doorway. Her first melee attack, it's a miss, sadly. But she won't go down with a fight, so another attack, and it's also a miss. The Minuteman in the doorway shoots at the nearest ghoul. First shot, it's a hit. Blocks both. Second shot, it's another hit, armor break. So the ghoul takes 2 damage. And for the glowing one, he uses his free charge move to charge Serena. Chooses the extra black die. And I have to reroll these 2. Holy cow, it's a miss. Last attack. He hits for 1. 2 extra damage, so that's 4 damage on Serena. She blocks only 1. Would be dead, but chooses to use 1 last luck token, flips it and survives. 1 health remaining. Now against the radiation damage. Okay, she takes that radiation damage, so she's now up to 5. She's only got 1 health remaining, but managed to hold the back door of the church. For the ghoul's turn, this ghoul tries to charge the Minuteman in the doorway. Agility check. First attack. It's a hit, 2 damage. The Minuteman blocks none, so gets 2 damage. Bonus black die for charging. Takes a 3rd damage. Second attack by the ghoul. It's a hit for 3 damage. Minuteman blocks 1, so he's out. The Minuteman in the doorway has gone. Now the Minutemen activate their last Minuteman. That moves twice over to the last mission object. and finds an item. Trick or treat, another pack of sugar bombs. Black Ghoul tries to finish off Tanja. First attack, it's a miss. Second attack, it's an auto miss. He should have had a black die instead, but as he did miss, it doesn't matter. The next one will charge in, makes his agility check, attacks, and kills her. So that's Tanja gone. Runs off to the doorway, but not far enough for a charge. So there is one Minuteman still standing, and with one last health, the Minuteman General, while totally surrounded by ghouls. Now these two heroes of this expedition, the Minuteman General and this brave Minuteman lady, have survived all that Halloween and this graveyard could throw at them. All you can hear is that some grave must have opened up and give way to an old, unexplored vault. What may lie inside, no one can tell. Happy Halloween, everyone. I hope you have enjoyed this special scenario.